now in default mode. Services will resume shortly. Do not be alarmed.
From Stat Boss Poon. To all indents entering Cluster 13, behave, or I'll have you fucking recycled. That is all.
The Ascent Group went into immediate default after the corporate AI filed for bankruptcy one sub-cycle ago.
Mikkel. Tos Barbara. Irvara Ökenmaa. Urna. Green. Ukminia. Nyt ja voit hakea.
This is the feed with your very own Grateful Abbott. The Ascent Group went into immediate default after the corporate AI filed for bankruptcy one subcycle ago. All attempts to contact the corporate board has failed, and we've yet to receive an official statement. The Ascent Group arcology on Velez has shut down, with some claiming it's gone into default mode. If this is true, without AG security, corporate grab teams will already be moving in. All the luck to them. As I always say, one being's ill fortune is another's opportunity. Stay tuned.
To all hammers in Cluster 13, this is Poon. As you've probably noticed, our dear arcology just defaulted. I don't give a feral's ass about the whys and wherefores. Business will go on as usual. That means no panic, no whining, and certainly no slacking off. Business as usual. Understood? Go now. Come here. Where the fuck have you been? Forget about that ESAC lift. We got much bigger problems. Come find me at the Serenity Gloss.
Look, when we need a company rally or inspirational calf mugs to hand out, I'll let you know, okay?
Why the hostility, Poon? All I'm saying is that we should stick together in a time of crisis, and that we're here to help in any way we can.
And all I'm saying is that I don't see how you can help right now. The Ascent Group is gone, and the board has gone quieter than a null-spaced column. Maybe you people should start looking to what's next.
The Ascent Group is not just the board, Poon. It's us. All of us. United around an idea. The corporation can only collapse if we allow it.
Whatever. An idea won't feed my indents or provide security when Corpsec gets wise to the fact that their paychecks aren't coming. Now, you'll have to excuse me. My next meeting just arrived.
Fine. We'll talk again later, Poon.
Send their idiots. Oh, look at you. positively bristling with ambition and a taste for mindless violence. Just what I... My PA before was pure bullshit. This is a crisis supernova. The Ascent Group has collapsed. Our ecology's gone into default, and we've lost contact with the board. Not that I expect those sleek suits to be able to unfuck this situation in any meaningful way. No one is getting paid, and CorpSec will soon realize that they're risking their necks for exactly 0 Eucharits. We can expect security to implode before the cycle is over. The Ascent Group AGI suddenly went quiet. That's never happened before. So the market went apeshit and forced the Ascent Group into immediate bankruptcy. Now all local SIs are operating independently. Hundreds of optimizer protocols fighting for the same scraps. We're gonna see nutrient and energy shortages within just a few cycles. Thousands of Hebbers here will suffer. Am I painting a bleak enough picture for you? We're mutually dependent on the neighboring clusters for food, energy, and other essentials. It pains me to say this, but it looks like we're gonna have to cooperate our way out of this epic mess. The other stack bosses have agreed to meet. They're a bunch of incompetent hard-noses, so don't get your hopes up. But I don't see any other options, and my imp won't shut up about this being the only way forward. I want you to handle security for the moot. In a crisis like this, you can always expect to see a few witless wonders stepping up to bat. The Turbo Vipers are already trying on a protection racket so stupid it defies comprehension. Questions? Shoot. They're threatening to attack the meeting, and I want you there if they do. The latest cream of the scum crop out there. With everything going on, they're seeing an opportunity to strengthen their stock. But I won't allow that on my watch. Can't give in to the imbeciles. They're threatening to attack the meeting, and I want you to... The ladies, with everything going on, they're seeing an opportunity... Yeah, so with the corporation gone kaput, ownership of the arcology is in flux. The other corporations will be sending in CGTs to grab what they can. We're like an AUG-6 stiff right now, soon to be hacked up for parts by a bunch of greedy grafters. All payouts, including yours I might add, have been halted due to the bankruptcy. But I'm hoping it'll be a little while before CorpSec realize the magnitude of this disaster and leave their posts. It's all very clever. No single cluster is self-sufficient. You're smart enough to figure out why. If I can reach an agreement with the other bosses, I believe we have a fair shot at getting through this. Considering the way things have been falling apart these last few months, we should have seen it coming. But yeah, this is the largest corporate collapse yet on Velez. Uncharted territory. I expect they're busy ejecting themselves from this mess and assigning blame to everyone else. First they run the entire corporation into the ground, and then they shut themselves into the sky view levels. But I guess that's what you can expect from a bunch of greedy foreigners. All right, enough questions. First, I need you to go to the grinder and scout ahead. Oh, and you'll need to gear up. Won't just be facing deep sink ferals anymore. Talk to my man Clobber. He'll set you up. Feel free to flatline any slag-headed Turbo Viper just looking at you sideways. Here? Good. Let's get this show on the road!
här inne är väldigt jobbigt att vara. När ni upplyssnar, vaggas örvarna här inne. Kodinen miktalmören tierityn alla saakatu unirnehuki minimum muiran. Mikkodinen antiflon ik horusta viiri kipetoutsiura pantikultus nynniha. Bigse kodinen mitasti pe pörkatu istki minimum pantikultoutsiura. Titabus ki minimum.
Det var mögigt på när himlen och
Vidna.
Nämnt tulpina och pula av
Belgi jobna hemma finne.
Kodinen toha syn grönky mikka. Pystmar, bigse, jutsul betigge, pymar fyrir syn, örvana. Körtylstol var fyrir minimum. Syntyys grönky nynne haki minimum, ik haurumsta. Katu unhirne huptautsiura, sul mitni. Tierin harin, miktoha muiransiu. Syn ajas möt savar nainu istuman tatalmören till grönkubita digge. Byta hemma härsa, jo. power. Nie, sai, du skeri, du marfik, du kommunen, ta hemma här, du marfik. Det heter brukada, glaskoflik, under njektor för att det dagsste man, det pantikul power, ta hemma här, alla sad, vi, just man. Greenkup, du marfik, och flik, och här fram, antiflotalm. Nej, ju sukti ta hemma här, kivini mog samala, mirio, jo, örvana, nie, sai, moira. Tietämden, mirio, jo, mik, miksi jos katukodinen samala. Stuman samala, tofyra, nynni, sul jokki minimo, naju, tieri, aurti. Mirio, moiran, tieri.
Fresh clay. Look no further. If you got the pieces, I got the skill.
Ik hou een stap mooi randje. Ik zeg Joos, antiflokochslik, je zoekt het hier, jong. Ja, en niet, Samala kunnen het naar je vieren. Het onder niet op met meer op je zij, Allah zaken doen. Dan jem aan, je sparen. Dat springt ik en verst me hier ook zit over. Dit is klure hand gaat vinger den. Zijn helemaal hard te zitten. Mik och jup mirio digger läkas nulle to kommunen mikrift stuman ni går den vargas grön mitt fast tip na ju med almören digger det pantikul det kommer för under nej upp mik här inne aja det mik moiran till fyr jag har uppstått stuman och flyg mirio kaspaur nulle ta hemma här så fyra fast almören Till kaske minimog och flyttomfyra. Gummar flyga du damden den fyra fast antiflå.
I'm going back. This here will take out a full chrome if need be.
Could hand it over.
Could just go away.
Ready to jack in?
good job. Ik hou dat. Maar vind ik met op wat dit. Ik hou dat almeuren. Ah ja, wat gaat. Zo vuur het almeuren. Het is samen dat oorvan. Met is dit dat big session dit almeuren. Antifloot heb ik wel. Minimal dat nou, Fred Muriel Thierry, good job. Green cup, ik hou dat Allah sa. Samal bekeurt tot wat ik vier, job Allah sa. Antifloot niet, kochvlieg oor van nou, pantikul, niet keurt met het nu. Taalmeuren, kunnen en power, Fred niet het huis maken. Nee, ik mannen vroeg te Antifloot vast, nee, zei ik het huis maken. Ah ja. Ah ja, de antifloot niet in huis maken. Is knullig. Goed job, hoor van die green cup, Muriel. Ik zeg jou toch aan dus met mik. Maar vind ik schön, job, onder nee op nee. Schön taalmeuren, waar ik. Schön pantikul, zo vuren, kaske minimal taalmeuren. Ik hoor nou, dit dus aan. Vier, zo onder. Met samen waarin geurtaalmeuren dat liggen. Er nee op YouTube-kaas, Allah zaad, kochvlieg aan den hoorven. Zo vurig gaat doen. En ik hou dat kunnen mooi vast zo vurig. Allah zaad diggen. Ze kunnen wel het stem. Je zoekt hoor van die kochvliegen. Nee, zei je. Zet al dit jas een burger nachten. Vasttippen. Gumma. Voor kamskant. Pita kunt u es hund vaartje. Een trepen helemaal hund. Nee, dan daarin. Er vreemd. Ah ja. Mijn kochvlieg. Jok. Pantikul. Goed jok. Daar helemaal herst. Tot wat. Bitte können wir letzten Kopf.
Plenty of things will look to kill you lurking around. Plenty of things looking to flatline you round here. Yeah, I've been trying to warn everyone, but nobody listens to old Trummer. Corpsec gone, and the auto-defense is offline. It's only a matter of time before the ferals come calling. Watch your back, is all I'm saying. It's a bloody bot fest is what it is. The AGI's no longer around to keep watch over the local data net. Everyone and their cousins hacking into the bots, causing all sorts of mischief and mayhem. Never liked those things. Way too many complex circuits interacting with substandard coding for my taste. It's quite simple, really. The Liquid Quicks used to be the big baddies round here, led by a guy named Trenning. He and Poon are cozy from what I hear. I bet Poon's pockets are getting lined, but can I prove it? Of course not. Quicks were never friendly with the Turbo Vipers. Now with Corpsec on, the Vipers suddenly decided to grab some territory. It's an all-out turf war out there, and I'm happy staying right here. Don't be fooled by their brush suits and posh manners. The Rojanul's just as soon kill you as look at you. There really ain't much separating them from the Quicks and the Vipers, except maybe they got more creds to their names. And some fancy rules governing how they fuck the indents over. Bloody backstabbers and stimmed-up flatliners, a lot of them. Stay away from the corporate grab teams, friend. Those are as professional as they come. Trained killers. Only the largest multi-corps can afford to keep them on a retainer. They use AGIs to grab property, needed for imprinting the property SI or some such. Make it a point not to fuck with anyone who has direct access to an AGI. Spooky things, if you ask me. Not natural. Yeah, I know things. I get around, but I'm gonna stay as far away from any CGT as I can. Rather mess with a nest of starved ferals. Plenty of things will look to kill you lurking around. Which corpse you wondering about? Well, you got the gangs, you got the Rojin, and then you got Onyx Void. That little outfit spans all of Velez, and all the commons too from what I hear. Probably the rest of the known galaxy. Don't fuck with them, and they won't fuck with you. Unless they got a contract for you or some such. And then you're fucked anyway. Better just hope they flatline you on the spot. I hear they like to use the targets for sport now and then. Indents, who try to justify their bollocks existence by worshipping the corporation that owns them. Sort of tragic, if you ask me. Then again, I never was one for clubs and groups and teams. More of a loner, me. There's a new influencer leading them, enthusiastic type. Not sure what they hope to accomplish now that the Ascent Group's gone kaput. But to each their own, I guess. They're as corrupt as anyone, but at least they kept things somewhat under control around here. Can't say as I blame them for leaving their posts. I would too if I didn't get paid. Corpsec disintegrating, things are going to get a lot worse round here before they get better. Plenty of things will look to kill you lurking round. Old trouble been around. Seen the sights. Yeah, there were a lot of shutdowns when the AGI went blank. Security doors and whatnot closing all over the place. It's an automated Corpsec measure. Divide and control, right? Except there's no one left in charge to divide and control nothing. Passages are starting to open up. The gangs are pulping and flatlining one another to see who's got the biggest knob. And they're making a feral casserole of the security systems while they're at it. Them towns set up their own security to cope. Now it's invites only. And probably going to stay that way for a while. There's many tales about that flooding as there are indents in the Warrens. Why haven't they drained that little puddle, you ask? And you wouldn't be the first. There's been plenty of attempts to clear Black Lake, but they've all been derailed in different ways. Sudden budget changes, sudden deaths, so on. Almost as if someone doesn't want the water gone from that place. Hab stacks are built in clusters, see? Each cluster's run by a stack boss. Supposed to be the one making sure services are running, and the habs are, well, habitable. Indents don't get much of a say in what stacks we live in. It's assigned on a needs basis, based on some SI algo. The stack bosses decide in the end, so everybody kisses stack boss arse. Anything to get a few floors up, or get a functional rinser or whatever. Boone runs Cluster 13. He's a tight-fisted balloon wrinkle. Corrupt to the bone. But I have to admit, he does look after us. Only so he can fuck us over himself. A place for organics like you and me. Some call it the beating heart of the arcology, but there's nothing alive about that place. Just endless amounts of hydrogen-cooled bits and bytes. But D-Nexus is also where the bots and monos go to recharge. Unless you're made of silicon, there's nothing for you there, mate. Best stay away. Well, you got the deep stink at the bottom. You're well versed in that sector. Then you got us low-habbers scraping by in the warrens on the low levels. With the commercial zones, nodes and docks and stuff above us. At the very top, you got the glitzy pinnacle. Need more U-creds than we'd ever make in a lifetime, just to get a glimpse of what it's like up there. The Ascent Group board sits up there too. A forum wankers. They got us into this mess. I know the deep stink like the back of my paw. You're looking for a bit of fun? Can't blame you. Well, the gamblers try their luck at the Speed Crush racetrack or the Golden Satori Casino. I get my fix in the cyberscape. Leveling up a new avatar as we speak. Gonna be a drone hunter. Then there's stims. Whatever works for you. Just don't touch anything made for jack-o'-lanterns. Unless you want to fuse every neuron in your brain into a solid block of stupid. I've got to say, mate, you don't look much like the gambling type. Or a stim fiend either, for that matter. That's where we all get our news. If you can call it that, the corporate propaganda they pump out. Always liked Abbott. Seems like a nice bloke. And I appreciate how he always puts a happy spin on things. Life as an indent's bollocks enough as it is. There's no need to make it worse by waddling in someone else's troubles. I hear Abbott's based right here in our ecology. He doesn't half seem to favour news from around here. Lots of people around who pissed someone off at one point or another, and I got a bounty for it. If you take one out, you can collect from the bartenders. If you bring proof, of course. Bounties are ranked, and the higher the rank, the better the pay. The bigger the chance you'll end up a bloody smear on the wall. I used to collect the occasional back in the day, but I gave up on that long ago. That's a youngish game. Any licensed grafter can install your oaks. The good ones might even offer to sedate you before they bring out the knives and lasers. You got what it takes, they can even upgrade your existing systems. Fine-tune them in different ways. I make a point of seeing them regularly. It doesn't do to have outdated orgs when you rely on them for work. You got the U-creds to spend, you get all sorts of stuff. Guns, tack gear, cyberdecks and whatnot. Oh, and you can find vendors in the strangest of places. Some of them might have some really fancy wares too. If you need to update the nav grid on your imp, you just need to jack into any nav point you find. It'll cost you, but could be worth it. Never was a big spender. Saving up to buy back the contract. Okay. Some interesting individuals in this here arcology. Look, I know you and Poon have got some sort of ongoing agreement, so I'd better keep me trap shut. I blabber too much anyway. Enough to say that I'd skin that scurvy jackal and use his prickly eye to wipe me arse with if I could get away with it. We go out for a drink every now and then. Brush up on our mutual hatred. Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer and all that. There's trouble been around.
Spend some U-creds and now this.
Ik är ett kontinent bigger. Du, ett varje. Du är främdigt och vanligt. Du, nu är det kommer en dam. Är främdigt grön. Aja. Jag har nu att de cirkelbandet. Det kilde hundan den fast mun. Är främdigt bandet. Aja, vaggas. Det ska du. Att nu vaggas mer i hus. Jag nu är det Ascent och vandringen. Ta hemma, nej, och i minimikor. Och i minimikor, fan, alla samma. Men det snabba, det är en brott och det slår. Titta i hund, nu är det stämt för kung vaggas. Kan den samma kunde inte just big.
Man, big says yours dalmuren. Allah sad, Miriam, there. Big says yours, antifloat gooden and erfreker, urvana. Muy ran für mich, Allah sad, big says. Vier, schön, fast, juckt mich, et muy ran für gut juckt am den, mit Miriam, grün. Big says yours cast it you zoek vast mulka du nie sei doch ab bet doch ab haar in hier bantikultier dit dat bigger Allah sei our but muy ran hier to kommen letztem jam den guten en gut jup du says yours give me ni mog jam den vaggas our dust ma unhern Samala, big says yours is me knullen.
Wie soll das denn?